What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Newage Michael D version, or their version of a homage to the Super Change Robot Mechabot-1 figure, which is actually not even Transformers, but I thought it's just pretty cool that they're taking the time to repaint this into a pretty old toy. I'll try to put the image there if I can find one, so you can see how it looks compared to that. This was sent to me by Dr. Diecast, of course. Thanks for sending this for review. He loves, repaint stuff like this. And this guy has some really cool details and paint on it. So starting off with the head, you get a gray face with silver eyes. You can actually open the face mask here. It's a little tough to get in there, but you can get a spudger, open that up. You got the gray, white, and gold on the face. It looks really nice. Coming down to here, you have the gray with this tampographed symbol. That looks really cool. It says danger here, little arrows, and then fire point here on these stars, which I guess we'll see again in the shuttle mode. More tampos here and here. Danger again, some symbols here. Nice paint there on the side. Red paint here on his thighs. Red paint back here. Red paint there. And then more danger symbols. So it doesn't look more like a toy than, the cartoon, but really does look good. A little more silver there as well. It does have all the same features and articulation as the original. I'll try to go over it quickly, but this is going to be a relatively short review since it is the same. So the head is on a rotating swivel, goes up and down, rotates around. And I showed you the head mask can open. You can fold this away if that's not accurate to the original toy. I actually don't know, but you can fold that away if you prefer. Shoulders go out to the side on a ratchet. Rotate around on a friction joint. Nicely tolerance. You have a rotation at the bicep. You have a double jointed elbow because it's a full bend. Nice, extension there. It looks really cool. A little piece of die cast there as well. For the claw arm, you have these three that'll open up. You basically have one click in and out. So they can lock open. These inner claw pieces will fold all the way down to there and up to there. So you can kind of have it how you like. This one, no articulation or anything on this one. Coming down to the waist, you have a rotation here on a soft ratchet. Goes all the way around. You have ab crunch on a hard ratchet. Gets you all the way down to there. Legs go up to there on a drop down hip. So if you get the drop down hip going, you can get it all the way up to there. And you can actually go back as well if you have it on the drop down hip. Up to the side, pretty far for using the drop down hip. If you're not using the drop down hip, it is a little bit more limited, so you just got to be intentional about using that. The rotation at the thigh around universal. Double jointed knee, full bend. Nice cover down piece there too. Ankle tilt, toe tilt up. You still got the little rubber pieces to help get some grip. This time they're done in blue, and nice painted blue there. Pretty cool detail that you wouldn't really even see, to be honest. You're not going to see it in either mode, but just neat that they painted that. And before I forget, you do have the same missile gimmick here. You can open these up, and those missiles are painted. Pretty nice little effect there. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Newage Optimus. See, he towers over other Legends figures. So this is a pretty darn big Legends figure. But it makes sense since it's Omega. He's got to be a big fortress and guardian robot. All right, now we get this guy transformed into his robot mode. It is the exact same transformation as the original. I did a video on that one, so you can take a look at that. But we're going to get it transformed off camera so we can take a look at the base mode, and we'll be right back. And there is Michael D in his base mode. Really good looking. I love how this looks. Very nostalgic. And the tank also looks good. You got some red paint and yellow paint here. It says non-charge here. In the back you got that same gray that we saw on the chest. Very nice looking. You can still articulate these. Rotate the cannon. This, unless you lift up this a little bit, just give it a little room, you can't lift up the cannon. It locks in place if you close it. Not a big deal. You can just open it just a crack. Then you can raise it up and rotate it. Nice looking tank. It still has the same gimmick. If you put batteries in here, which I didn't do this time, You can have these wheels turn. There's actually a little thing to keep it on the track. So if you bring down these two little pegs, that will keep it on the track here and it'll allow it to go around. But if you're not using that, you don't really need that. You can just set it on the track. But very cool looking. Here's the rocket. It's got that star on it. Overall looks pretty good. The white shows through a little bit on the black, just due to the contrast in the colors, but it's a very good looking rocket overall. It actually says tank up here, which I didn't notice on the top, which would have been the top of his chest in robot mode. All right, and for a quick size comparison, here it is next to the Newage Optimus Prime trailer. And you can see this is a massive base compared to the typical Newage figure. So you can probably display this with a whole bunch of figures and just make it look cool. I mean, it doesn't have to be this version, but any of the Newage Omegas, and really make a nice display. It actually says there's like a little helipad right here. So if you get a helicopter Newage figure, you can put that here. I mean, it really is kind of cool. Now, one thing I looked up while I was transforming this was this company. So apparently Takara bought the right because they'd already used up pretty much all of their Diaclone line for Transformers. So they were looking for new figures, and they bought this along with Skylinks from the Mechabot-1 line and made him into, as we know him today, Omega Supreme. So this is really the original Omega Supreme from that Super Robot line, but pretty cool history there. So final recommendations on the Newage Michael D version. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I think it's really cool. It's just as good as the original Michael that we got, their Omega Supreme mold. But I think it's really cool that it decided to homage the original toy, which I didn't know. It didn't come from the Transformers line. The Super Change Robo Mechabot-1. I always thought that was a Diaclone robot, but actually it comes from this other line. So I'm not really sure if, these guys made it and then they borrowed the design or what. I don't know all the history. But it's just cool that third party, this is kind of the beauty of third party, is they can represent toys like this from back in the day that people can get and, relive their memories. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Dr. Diecast for sending us for review, and we'll see you next time.